You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Bold and the Beautiful fans, I've got your early spoilers for November 10th through the 14th. We're going to talk about Deacon being in denial and Taylor being quite tempted. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and if you're not following us, please reach down, hit that subscribe button. As we always do on early edition day, we talk about what is coming the rest of this week, and then we're going to dive into what's ahead for next week. So on Wednesday, November 5th, we've got Ridge and Steffie making a decision about hope for the future. So I wonder if it's something bad because of Remy and him being involved with Deke, or if it's something good, maybe additional funding. Maybe they're going to do a big fashion show. That's what I'm hoping. Everybody was excited about the line, so let's hope that Deke dating that troubled person is not going to tank the line. Remy is desperate to keep Deke in his life. Remy's bent on earning Deke's trust back. But not only did he do horrible things, but then he lied by omission, knowing Deke was working side by side with Electra. And now Remy's trash behavior could cost Deke his dream job. So this is obviously a big problem, and Remy convincing him to stay with him is going to be easier said than done. Thursday, November 6th, we've got Steffie coming over to Il Giardino to see Sheila, and Deacon's wife promises Steffie that her granddaughter, Lunatic Luna, is not going to be getting out of prison even though she's pregnant. I think Sheila may be trying hard to stay on Steffie's good side so she doesn't go back to hating her. You know, when Sheila tried to save Steffie and Liam, that bought a whole bunch of goodwill with Steffie, and Sheila doesn't want to lose that ground she gained because she wants to be able to see that side of her family. She wants to be able to see Finn and see Hayes, so she obviously cannot be publicly supportive of Luna. And I do wonder if Sheila is going to mention Hope's wedding to Steffie, you know, about how excited she is to be there for it, something like that, which might be a little shocking. Taylor is moved by Deacon's words, so it looks like Taylor has another therapy appointment with Deacon, and we've seen that Taylor and Deacon cannot get each other off their minds. Taylor is quite tempted by him, and, you know, Deacon is, I think, to some extent in denial about where this is going. He went back to Sheila only because Taylor told him to, but I don't think they're gonna last. And especially with Deacon continuing to do therapy with Taylor, there's an ongoing temptation as they get to know each other better. This is going to be a slow burn, and I'm here for it. I'm actually really excited about Deacon and Taylor. Brooke and Ridge bask in their love as they canoodle in the CEO office on Thursday. And I wonder if Brooke will share more of her concerns about Deacon and Sheila. It's not her business, but yeah, if she can get Sheila out of her life, that means getting her out of Hope's life and out of Beth's life. And she may especially be worrying with Ridge as they discuss Deke and Remy. And I wonder if Ridge is going to say something snarky like father like son, you know, that they both have very, very villainous taste in partners, which I think is accurate to some extent. And I am waiting for the conversation for Deke to come to Deacon and say, oh, I just found out my boyfriend's horrible. And when he says the name Remy, Deacon is going to say, well, I could have told you that. On Friday, November 7th, we have got Electra absolutely brokenhearted when she really takes a moment to think about Luna's pregnancy. This is not an issue for the next 7 months. You know, this is an issue for the rest of Electra's life as long as she is involved with Will Spencer. Now, Electra doesn't want to give Luna the satisfaction of breaking up her and Will, but realistically, can Electra live with this? You know, she may need to go back and talk to her Aunt Ivy about the long-term repercussions, because even if Katie and Bill do take custody of the child, that child still exists. It's always going to be in Will's life, which means a part of Luna is always going to be in his life. And Electra also is going to be talking to Deke about the whole Remy revelation. And of course, Deke is disgusted. I do wonder if at some point he's going to ask her to hear Remy out, or if Deke is going to just tell Remy, you've got to figure it out, because he should not be advocating to Electra on Remy's behalf. Not at all, not in my opinion. The week of November 10th through the 14th is our second full week of November sweeps. And just an aside, I don't know if you noticed the other day when Taylor was looking at a book in her office and slid it back onto the shelf. It was written by Dr. James Warwick, a noted psychiatrist. And I hope this is a sign that Ian Buchanan may come back to B&B, at least for a cameo. He hasn't been on for several years. The last time we saw him was, I think, when Sheila first came back after it came out that she was alive, and he was conspiring with Sheila and she was blackmailing him because he was a drug addict at this point. If you recall ancient history, back in the Hunter Tylo days, Taylor actually took James Warwick's V card because they were in an earthquake. They thought they were going to die, and he didn't want to die a virgin. James also married Sheila at one point, and they actually have a daughter named Mary that hasn't been seen in forever. So I hope that book was a hint that James Warwick is going to be back at some point. Also next week, Steffie vows to keep Luna locked up no matter what. Steffie and Sheila may bond over trying to keep Luna in prison, because realistically, the only way Sheila can keep her marriage to Deacon intact is for Luna to stay behind bars. And it's very important to Sheila that Steffie doesn't hate her, so she doesn't cut off her access to Finn again. Also, Hope and Liam are celebrating their love and their engagement, and they ramp up their wedding planning. I think Beth Spencer is going to remain overly involved. It's gone beyond cute to just, ugh. Anyway, just in my opinion. And I wonder how Deacon will handle being told that his wife, Sheila, is not welcome at their nuptials, because Beth asked for that. Hope and Liam obviously are going to cave to that demand because they don't want her there either. But you know Sheila's going to come unhinged. Will and Electra keep fighting for their relationship, and Deacon realizes that he and Taylor have more in common than he thought. Carter's rethinking his relationship with Daphne, and it seems like things between Carter and Daphne are about to get a lot more serious. Ridge and Brooke continue to be happy together, but are busy meddling in other people's lives. I can't wait for her to hear that Deacon is crushing on Taylor, because I expect Brooke to go into ultimate matchmaker mode when she does.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.